This is the last thing that I was expecting. I never expected this. After a year of running, I never expected to lose any weight at all. It's kind of what I want to just talk about. It's the myth of exercise and weight loss. Like the two just don't go together. Hey, my name is Richard. I'm an adventure filmmaker and I focus on running, fitness, getting out there. I was been stuck on the couch for most of my life, and at the age of 48 I decided to get up and go for a run. Well, for a long run. And if I can do it, I know you can too. But today I specifically want to talk about this myth that we have, or at least I had in my head, that somehow weight loss was connected to exercise. Alright, so let me just give you a quick backstory. In 2018 I needed to lose some weight. I was way out of hand and had this big ass belly. My dog used it as like a tabletop to relax on, and I wasn't able to exercise. Work was terrible, and I got into a lot of bad habits. I had no idea like what to do, and for some reason I sort of googled a couple of stuff, and it says, well, you need to eat less calories. And eating less calories for me might as well have been like solve the super difficult math equation for the universe and like space-time travel and all of those things. That's kind of what it felt to me. So all I did was this. This is what I started with in my journey to losing weight, and I lost quite a lot of weight in that time. I just ate out of a smaller plate, and what that meant was that I was eating less and so consuming less calories. And obviously, well, maybe not obviously because I didn't know it at the time, is that the calorie deficit is what gets you to lose weight. But we still think, and I still think this, that somehow, some miracle, exercise has something to do with your weight loss. Now, of course, you do burn calories when you exercise. So yeah, so this idea that, running or exercise in general, like is what you should be doing for weight loss is nonsense. You should be doing exercise because it makes you feel good. You should be doing exercise because you want to. You should be going out and exploring the world through hiking, through cycling, through running, because it's good for your soul. Are there some weight benefits? For sure, a tiny bit. It does contribute. But it's easier to save on calories than it is to lose calories. It's easier to not eat that muffin or that chocolate cake than it is to burn the calories that you get from eating the chocolate cake. Like, it's that simple. So 2018, for the last few years, I've maintained my weight to about 75 kgs, which is not ideal for my sort of body ratio, but I was happy with it. And then recently I weighed myself, and to my surprise, I was 71 kgs. Well, the truth is I was actually 70 kgs, but then I went to fetch my phone to take a photo to get some evidence, and then it was 71. Actually, like, I don't know, my scale it plays a sick game with me. It plays a sick game with me. And I thought I'd share that message that, if you're in a position where you're trying to lose weight, it's far easier to lose that weight when you are managing the calories that you're consuming, so the amount of food that you eat. So start with this. Start with a smaller plate. It's going to give you far more benefit than trying to exercise yourself to death. There's also this thing about the human habits, our habits. We are very habitual creatures. We love our habits. What I found is that create short increments in the things that you do. What I mean by that is, don't try and change your entire lifestyle. Don't try and eat healthy. I didn't try to eat healthy. I just ate less. And then I tried to figure out, like, what on my plate here is good for me and what can I change? What are the things that I can maybe improve on? For example, finding out that rice is actually like the biggest contributor to your calorie count. Like, it was weird. I didn't know that. And that potatoes was far better. But those are things that I learned later on. I didn't know that in the beginning. I just ate out of a smaller plate, ate less food. Was I hungry? Hell yes. For like 3 months, I felt like I was hungry all the time. Did it work? Hell yes. Was I able to build a habit on that? Yes. Not only did I build a habit, I built a lifestyle. And that lifestyle has sustained me, well, until I started running again. And that is when I needed to eat out of a bigger plate. Anyway, so if you ever, in that position where you're trying to get into exercise and you're doing it to lose weight, you are going to be disappointed. You're going to say, oh, this is not working, this exercise isn't working, I'm not losing weight. Unless you change the habit of what it is that you eat, So stick with the exercise, but focus on what you're eating if you want to lose weight. Stick with the exercise to build up like good feelings in your body. Like the way that you think and you approach life will change. Like the things that you think was impossible will suddenly not be impossible anymore. Like things that you thought you could never do, you will be able to start doing them through exercise.
And so and that I think is the unmeasured reward of doing those 5-kilometer runs. Wasn't that I was able to measure it with a ruler in terms of weight and waistline and pace, was in terms of ideas of what I could see was possible, and like unrealistic expectations or belief that I can.
Eat better to lose the weight, but do better to gain a better mindset. Alright, my name's Richard, and this is your first time watching me. I'm an adventure filmmaker. I focus on running, trying to motivate you that you can get out there and you can do things that you thought were impossible. That, you don't have to be the best at it. You don't even have to be good at it. So long as you get out there, as long as you're having fun, so long as it makes you feel good, and then makes you want to do it again and again and again. That's what happened to me at the age of 48. I went and I ran my first marathon successfully. My life's never been the same since, for the better. And I wish the same for you. All right. My name's Richard, and this has been Richard Talks.